All right, guys, the ultimate tier 3 preparation guide right here. Go in. Doesn't matter where you start. I'm gonna open this room. Drop harpoon, drop pestle and mortar. We're gonna gather all these resources in this room. Before we go for the roots, we're gonna open this room to see what we got, and then just go for the roots anyway. Got 3 fish there, so now I can. That's my fishing spot for the end of the freaking run. Open this. This could be a dummy or some more materials, or just these guys. We got those. Those guys could give me a weapon frame, but that's fine. I'm just gonna ignore them and go this way. We got linum here. Okay, so that's it. We got 3 ore, 3 bark, and 3 linum minimum. So I can make tier 1 armor when I get back to the center now, which is very good. You also want ideally 200 shards before heading to the center, but that isn't always the case. Sometimes you're gonna head back with less, which means that you won't be able to make full tier 1. You'll only be able to make a helmet and a body, or even just a helmet sometimes. Which you need to be mindful of that, because if you spend all your shards, then you won't be able to buy vials, and you're basically throwing the run at that point because you won't be able to run. So here we go, another really good room here. Just gathering supplies. Gather whatever we can. Gather these 3 linum, and then these last 2 envy spaces are going to be for a weapon frame and a grim leaf. I'm going to drop both of these. I don't want them anymore. All this wood, all this ore, it doesn't really matter right now. It's irrelevant. We just want a weapon frame. We got our 200 shards. Our envy is full to the brim. We dropped our pickaxe. We dropped our wood cutting axe. We dropped pestle and mortar and fishing thing at the beginning. I always do that. Never bother with that at this point because you don't need it. Killed the rat. These guys have a 1 in 3 chance of dropping you the freaking thing, and it's guaranteed on the 3rd kill. Well, 1 in 3 on the 1st kill, 50-50 on the 2nd, and then this one's guaranteed to drop me a weapon frame. There it is. I killed 3 of them. I picked up my weapon frame. I'm going back to the center with 260 shards. I hit 7 on the keyboard. 3, 4, 5, 2, 2. So I made full tier 1, a tier 2 staff, and 2 vials, and I've still got 44 shards left. Go back to the center and grab all the materials with 6, because I dropped them all, remember, so I have to get that back. And now I fill the vials up with water there, and then now I just continue to go and look for the materials that I haven't gotten yet. And demis, right now you're looking for shards, demi, and the rest of your materials. I don't want that. So here we go. This will be 12 wood. If there was a dragon or a dark beast over there, I would have probably returned that way, but since I didn't find any, I'm gonna just go a different route. Oh, another tip that I really good to give: don't go the same way you've already gone. Never. Always go a different way. Open up new rooms every time. Don't go freaking pathing back 10 rooms that you've already been through, basically. Obviously, if you need to run through 1 room or 2 rooms that you've already been through, that's fine. But don't just go pathing 20 rooms for no reason that you've already been. Okay, so here's the end of our wood. This is the last wood. So what do? We chop it and we drop the axe for envy space, because we don't need that anymore. Here's the last linum. You don't need any pickaxe or anything for that, so no dropping anything here. And here's the last ore, and that's it. We have 13 of each. So we drop the pickaxe. We have everything we need for tier 3 armor as far as wood, bark, and linum. We don't have the shards yet. So now we're looking for shards and demis. And fish, like I said, is the very last thing I do. So here's the demi that gives us the bowstring. Kill the dark beast. And while you're killing things, also be mindful that you can move while killing things. You can, like, obviously these guys can't leave this room, but anything else can leave the room that you found them in. So you can just like keep running to the next room while killing it, if you know what I mean. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna check here. Got some rats. We ideally want unicorn, scorpion, wolf for shards, but we'll kill these. That tip of not going to the same rooms is goated, or is good. Probably been keeping me from making tier 3 a bunch of times, is practicing for the hardcore. Yeah, man, for sure. It's definitely a play. Good luck on the hardcore, by the way, my guy. Surely the enhanced in 10 KC. 10, yeah, I believe. All right, so now we're just looking for still shards and demis. We already have the bowstring, so we just want the orb. But if we find the bear, we'll kill it anyways, because you can use the pestle and mortar on any of the 3 upgraded variants for the weapons to break it down for 80 shards. So here's the bear. I'm gonna kill the bear and I'm gonna break down the spike that he gives me for 80 shards. And also, since I've already killed the Dark Beast, and now I'm gonna kill the bear, the very next demi that I kill guaranteed drops the orb. It doesn't matter if it's a bear, a Dark Beast, dragon, it does not matter. I will guaranteed get the orb on the next demi. So I'm gonna kill this guy anyway, because it's gonna guarantee me that the next demi I find gives me that orb. Wait, I dropped my pestle and mortar. Let me go back to that. So here we go, pick up the pestle and mortar. We're getting fucking crazy fish drops right now. Break it down, pick up the corrupted scepter, drop that. That'll be the space for the orb. Or actually, I could have dropped the scepter as well when getting the orb. There's no more demis on this row. Go over here. And this bear will guarantee to drop me the orb because I've already gotten the bowstring and the spike, so it's the only possible thing to get. You never want to kill more than 3 demis because they won't drop you any piece of anything after. If I kill a demi after this guy, he's just going to drop me shards, no bowstring, no orb, no spike. Okay, so here's my orb. I got a shit ton of fish, so what I do, I drop the corrupted scepter since I'm going to tele back to the center. Which, by the way, sometimes you won't have that, so you want to make sure to buy that before heading back out. Like sometimes at the start of my prep, I'm very far from the center, so I use my tele crystal to get back on like that first little lap. But you have to remember when you're back at the center to spend 40 shards on another tele back. Because if not, you're going to be running for miles and that might throw your run. So here we go. We've got tier 3 armor, tier 3 bow, tier 3 staff. What do we need? The fish, which is the thing I leave for last every time. And I drop the harpoon. That's not good. I'm getting 6-hour logged in 10 minutes. Somebody please remind me to log out after this run. I beg. Another thing, I don't know if you noticed right there, you can one tick a fish after filling it with water. After filling the vial with water, you can one tick a fish after. I can't really show you anymore because my shit's already filled, but yeah, you can do that. The reason I didn't buy a tele back to the center is because I didn't have enough shards at the time. Now I do have 40, but I didn't. Either way, this is the end of the run and the center is right here anyways. So boom, that's it. We're done. Tier 3 prep. And now you just kill the boss. Or doing regular gauntlet a handful of times just to get the hang of it before doing CG. Yeah, you could do a couple just to get the hang of it, but I wouldn't recommend staying there for a long time because then you're just gonna get used to making mistakes that you can't make in CG. For example, like you'll be able to tank things in blue gauntlet that you won't be able to tank in CG. So yeah, do some blue gauntlet, get familiar with it. Get the prayers down, get the movement down, but don't... I just got stomped for an 8. W stomp, honestly. Because now I can move him to the perfect position. The reason why this is the perfect position is because the Hunllef is as far as possible from the center. And also you have 1 row of movement here and 1 row of movement here. So this is why this is the best position. And this can be any corner of the room. Any of the 4 quadrants. And that's why that's the best position. Because you can still move behind the Hunllef while also having all that room on the other 4 quadrants. What's with the line in your game? That's just for resetting crabs. That's what I use it for. But you can use it for resetting anything. It's aggression lines. Basically, when I lose aggro, the line will go from yellow to blue. Which basically means that I've lost aggression, so... And it'll tell me how far I need to run. So I know the exact tile that I need to run to re-aggro. Just nice. I use it for crabs, but you can use it for Slayer too. Re-aggroing your Slayer monsters or whatnot. Of course your fat ass needs all that room. No, I don't need it. I'm the best. I could do it with the Hunllef in the middle. But this is the best way to do it. So that's why you do it this way. You're crazy for that, for what, saying I'm the best. Mr. T Papa is the best. Mr. T Papa is the best. W Papa, how you doing, man? Mr. DFWFBR gifting a tier 2 subscription to T-Papa. Yeah, not a tier 1, but a tier 2 sub. Thank you so much, homie. I appreciate that. Absolute beast, bro. That's hitting me. Just one little nader. Tier 2 Pog. Yo, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. Means a lot, homie. Pog after Casey. Thank you, thank you. Completely forgot already, I'm not gonna lie. Coming to learn from the king, doing CGM hardcore today too. Oh, okay. Good luck, man. All right, I'll explain another run for you guys. All right. Immediately at the start, we drop the harpoon and the pestle and mortar. Fish is the literal last thing that we go for. This is what I do, by the way. People may do things differently. So before heading back to the center room, you want to acquire a full MB of ore, linum, bark, minimum of 3 ore, 3 linum, and 3 bark, ideally, before heading back to the center. That way you can build your tier 1 armor, and that way you have to pick up less stuff. All right, so here we are, hitting the unicorn as we move as well. Don't stay still with it, drag it around with you. We've got our weapon frame. Oh, another thing, as well as the things I just mentioned, you want a weapon frame and a grim leaf before heading back to the center as well. So we're just opening rooms here, seeing what we got. Maybe there could have been a demi there that we would have like headed back for. There's not. It's fine. Let's go pick this grim leaf up right here. So now we got the weapon frame and the grim leaf. So the rest of the envy we just want to fill with materials, that being linum or bark. And now we've got the minimum of 3 each with this 3 linum that I was talking about. So now we can build tier 1 armor when we head back to the center. By the way, our shards are juiced right now. You ideally want 200 shards before heading back to the center, because 200 shards is enough for the tier 2 staff, the full tier 1 armor, and a vial. Or 2 vials, something like that. But nonetheless, we're just going to finish filling the envy. Drop the woodcutting axe, drop the pickaxe, and then that's the last 3 envy spots right there. 1, 2, 3. If we were very far from the center, we would use this teleport to get back to the center. If you do that though, you have to remember to buy this back for 40 shards, but we're not doing that. So we go back to the center. 7, 7, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2. We could have even made a tier 2 helmet if we had more bark, but we only had 3 bark, so that's only enough for tier 1 armor. So boom, we buy 2 vials as well. Well, that's what 2, 2 is. And now we fill them, and now we go back out again. We do not fish right now, but if we get any fish drops, we will pick them up. But on that first little lap, do not pick up any fish drops. So right now we're getting fish drops, we're gonna pick them up, sure. But on that first lap, if you get any fish, just leave it on the ground. Okay, so here we are. This is the ore done. As soon as we get the 13th piece of ore, which for tier 3 armor, you need 13 of each. As soon as we get this 13th one, drop the pickaxe. You do not need it anymore. That is 1 extra envy space. Now we're chopping the wood here. We're gonna get a bunch here. It won't be enough to finish it, but we'll be 1 tree off. So there it is, boom. Now the wood is done too. And the linum is literally 1 off of being done. And as soon as we get that 13th piece of wood, we do the same thing we did with the pickaxe. We drop it, because there's no longer a use for it. I was gonna go this way, but since I opened this room and there's linum, I'm gonna go this way first. And there also could be a demi here, potentially. There's not, and we don't need ore, so we don't go that way. So we head back this way towards the wood. Okay. Gonna chop this tree and drop the wood cutting axe, and that's it. We've got 13 of each. Tier 3 armor done as far as that. What do we need now? Shards and demi weapons. That's it. The fish is the literal last thing I do, so not worried about that. If I get any as drops, I'll pick them up, but that's about it. We also want 1 more grim leaf. You only really need 2 potions or 2 grim leaves, whatever, same thing, but you can make 3 if your hunt lifts are longer, or just I make 3 just because sometimes why not? Like if I have it, I'm gonna make it. But you can get away with 2, especially if you're killing it fast and you want, you can flick 2. Okay, there's our orb. Our shards are good to go. I don't even want to bother killing this guy because I don't need to. What do I want now? A bowstring, and that's it. This dragon has a 50% chance of dropping me the bowstring, which isn't ideal right now because I don't need the shards if I get the spike, but I'm gonna go for it anyway because there's no other demi here. So we hope to get the bowstring here, but if we don't get it, that's fine. Drop the harpoon. What did we get? We got the bowstring. Nice. Okay, if he dropped us food, we could have dropped like pestle and mortar, that, all that shit. For space for this, we could also mix this for more space. See, that's 3 more envy slots that I could have filled fish with if I had any to pick up. So now we tele back to the center with the crystal that we always want to have on us to tele back. Make full tier 2, then just continue to pick up stuff. The reason I pick up certain specific items there is because for tier 2 you need like, forget what it is, 7 of each or something. Whatever it is, I just pick it up to make sure that I can make the tier 2 before my envy gets full, and then I have to like drop something or whatnot. Then you go back to the center console, hit 6 on your keyboard, and that'll give you all the weapons again. You don't need this shit, so you just drop it and we're done with this. Is literally quick ass prep. 2 minutes left. We're done. That's it. Okay, just to try to beat my own PB that I literally just got, let's just go. If I run out of fish, I blame Oni Trails. Yeah, it's your fault. Just kidding. But yeah, that is a tier 3 prep right there, and we still have 1:45 left, and we're going into hunt lift. 1:45 left. So even if you make a lot of mistakes, you can still get this. Crystal, there's no such thing as, I mean, you could buy a crystal for 200 shards, but that just tells you out. The crystal, even if you're wearing it outside or not wearing it, I'm wording things weird. The crystal doesn't go inside with you. That's it. That's all you need to know. You cannot bring the crystal into CG, just like you can't bring any other item into CG. But it still works. If I was a DC, my crystal would still work. And right now we're just trying to get hunt lift to the corner because that is an ideal position for it. So we just step under on a tick that it wouldn't melee us. So any tick that he wouldn't melee us. I believe he attacks every 5. Or is it 6? No, it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he attacks every 6 ticks. So you have 5 ticks to step under him that he wouldn't melee you on. And now we're just trying to get him in a nice little corner. I had him in a position where I could have settled for, but I just noticed too late. They're right there. Kind of fucked up. Took a 12. Walk under him. Under him again. Okay, this is a settleable position. This isn't the best position, but this is the second best, which would be 2 tiles on this side and 1 tile on this side, or it could have been vice versa. The best position for the hunt lift to be in is only 1 tile on each side to run through. But this is what you settle for because you just don't want to spend the whole fight trying to move him into that perfect position. It's not really a big deal. So this is like the second best. So you just, if you get him to this, you just leave him there. And yeah, you definitely don't want him in the center of the room. If you're like new to hunt lift, you could just wait for him to move to the corner and then go in. Unless you're crunching on time, then you just gotta go in. Or you get tellied in if you're out of time. Either or, don't have him in the center. I don't know if it's 5 ticks. I don't know anymore. Maybe he is. I'm dumb. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, am I counting ticks wrong? I don't know. Is he 6 or 5, Jack? It doesn't really matter. Nonetheless, once you learn the hunt lift, you know when to not step under him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know anymore. I'm confusing myself. He is 5 tick. Okay, cool. Anyways, just don't step on there on the hit that he would melee you. That's all. I don't think this is a PB. I was kind of eating crab. I should have done 5-1. But maybe. It's a humble, quick run nonetheless. We're gonna risk it here, not eat. Might get hit by that. Yeah, we did. It's okay, we eat there.